Recently, I came to this scary realization. I've been playing RuneScape for nearly 20 years. And that's not the scary part, but normally around this time, you'd probably be expecting me to be able to list all of my achievements and accomplishments within the game during that time. But unfortunately, I can't do that. You know, as tragic as it sounds, I can tell you that in all of the time I've been playing, as you'll see from the stats I'll just show on screen right now, I've never had a 99 in any skill. I've never been over combat level 100 even, and I've certainly never taken on anything more difficult than a Barrow's Brother or maybe a couple of trips to Dagannoth Rex. Like, if somebody was to ask you, who puts the mid in mid-game? The answer would be most definitely me. You know what though, like, I'm fed up, I'm done. I refuse to be bad at this game for any longer. I refuse to get thrown out of any more parties because I'm not cool enough to be there since I don't have an Inferno cape. Like, it all stops now. I'm going to learn this game once and for all, and I thought with the recent release of Scurrius, who's the new mid-game rat boss, it's a very appropriate time for me to begin my journey since I am also a mid-game rat. And in terms of that journey, we're going to keep it very simple. We're going to go through the bosses in order of easy to hard, eventually going all the way from Oba, who's the Hill Giant boss, all the way up to endgame raids. Along the way, there's probably going to be plenty of pain, plenty of crying, plenty of death, but hopefully as well a lot of fun because, you know, RuneScape is a game that I love. You don't play something for nearly 20 years if you don't enjoy and love it. As for you, you can join and maybe learn alongside with me, or you can just sit back and roast me. The choice is entirely yours, but one way or another, I swear to you, I am going to go from being mid all the way up to a max main. For now though, like all journeys, we're going to start humble. And we are going to settle ourselves right into the cozy early game of Tutorial Island and free to play. I gotta say, man, there's just something about that starting a new account just makes me so happy. Like, I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but like the simplicity, the vibes, it's just so good. You know, it's just so good. You know, if you're level 1, you know what you gotta do. You gotta get level 2. And if you're level 2, guess what? You gotta get a level 3. And it's just that level of simplicity just makes me so happy. I'm sure you used to have to like prospect these rocks or something. Did they change that just to make the game easier because like nobody prospects? Oh, they actually took the option out. That's insane. Oh my god. To be fair, as a colorblind person, I appreciate that they actually label them. Scurrius training round 1 begins. Oh my god, I'm wrecked it. Did they make this easier as well? Like, why is this so easy? Oh my god, I 3-shot him. I actually didn't know this. I did not know that it was members only to vote. That's insane. I guess it does stop the botting and things like that, but like, alright, democracy's officially pay to win. Interesting. I did not know this guy had a side hustle as a bond salesman, but it has just reminded me that I haven't told you all that I am going to stay free to play just for the initial couple of kills on Oba, maybe like 10, 15, just to kind of keep it interesting without it taking about 10 years. So that's the current plan. Once I've done a couple of kills free to play, I'll pop into pay to play, then maybe back again into free to play gear, at least for the Moss Giant boss, who I cannot pronounce the name of right now. But yeah, that's the current plan. Oh wow, they actually like ask you if you want to be an Iron Man. They don't just rely on you knowing what that already is. That's interesting. Obviously, like I said at the start, like I'm not going to be a hardcore Iron Man, not an Iron Man or an Ultimate Iron Man. It's been a long time since I played like a regular account, so it should be fun and interesting just to kind of play the game as JGix intended, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, maybe in the future we'll do a hardcore, something like that. But you know, if we're learning, there's going to be a lot of dying, so hardcore's out of the question. Iron Man would be fun, but it'll take me too long to get to the end game, and I want to kind of keep this decently paced. And Ultimate Iron Man, same reason. So yeah. Alright, so we have spawned in the beautiful Lumbridge Castle. It is looking lovely, although I am sadly reminded that this is where I'm going to be spawning quite often throughout the series when I do die. I have actually added a death counter on the bottom that you may have noticed. I thought it would just be fun to kind of keep a track of how many times I do end up dying on the way to finishing all of the bosses in the game. Feel free to make predictions and let me know, but I'm fairly sure it's going to be over 1,000 easily. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, or maybe I'm not looking forward to seeing how high that goes. But yeah, for now we should be safe enough in Lumbridge, barring any, let's call it incidents. I've just thought there while I'm picking up probably arguing the most iconic quest in the game of Cook's Assistant. I thought I'd just mention that I am going to not use like quest guides and things like that. I'm not going to use like quest helper, things that make questing a little bit easier, at least in free to play. Like I've done these quests so many times, I'd be embarrassed if I can't do them. This is where I've set myself up to fail, because obviously I am going to mess up a lot of quests now. But yeah, long story short is that with free to play, I have kind of like a very calm, cozy way of going about the quests. You basically pick up everything in Lumbridge, you head over to Wizard's Tower Draenor Village, you do like basically an anti-clockwise kind of motion around the free-to-play zones, going from Lumbridge, over into Draenor, Port Sarum, Rimington, up into Falador, across Falador, over into Varrock. A lot of those words I've just said like out loud for the first time in my whole entire life, so yeah, that was fun. But yeah, as I say, in terms of short term, that's what we'll probably be doing for the majority of this episode. Just a few quests and some early magic levels with, like I say, the ultimate goal being 55 magic and 40 prayer so that we can get into Obor. Like, you know, one of the things that I love the most about like free to play and why I'm glad I decided to do things this way is like you get the opportunity to see like the actual world like somewhat alive. Like, okay, yes, some of these people might be bots, and yes, there's only one guy in this pen, but whatever, and he is called Big Dog. But like, you know, like the game just feels a little bit more populated, I guess, in free to play. Like at least the early zones. It just feels like people are out and about. Like Viking Wario, he's just out there living his best life, and I just love to say it. How many times am I gonna click the wrong sheep today? Am I gonna attack the ram, or am I gonna succeed in shearing the sheep without any? Nope. I had to abort. He asserted dominance. Like it's his pen now. I'm sorry, bro. Won't happen again. I legitimately think it's probably quicker for me just to run away and come back. I almost did it again. That's awkward. I'm pretty sure this quest is only in the game to kind of lure people into being interested in Kurend, and then realizing that it's members only, so they have to go buy a bond or membership. I'm pretty sure that's why this quest is free to play. You know what's mental about this quest is that you just hand him like some eggs, some flour, and like some milk, and you're like, can I go to the Duke's party, bro? Like, you are a level 3 noob. Of course you can't go to the party, bro. Like, of course. Like, he's totally right to be like, the big cheese is only. Totally fair. Like, I don't know where my guy got the audacity from. Look at you, bro. You're not going to any parties. Not anytime soon, brother. You actually come back with maybe one day I'll be good enough. Do you know, like, actually true. In about 2 years' time, you know, when we're looking back at this series, when I finally made it to being a good player, it all began with Cook's Assistant. I'm pretty sure I've seen a statistic where it's like only the elite brained people go on the left-hand side. And yes, by the way, you always take the mind rune, no matter what. We walk outside the pen this time because we don't want any trouble off that ram. Now, you've seen Sheep Shearer probably a million times. I've seen Sheep Shearer probably a million times. But you know what always hits home? The fact that Fred, the going rate for 20 balls of wool is actually 60 coins off Fred. So if you only pay me 60 coins, brother, I'm taking your onions. Taking your onions. This is for the dies later for Goblin Diplomacy. I know I've got access to GE, I'm not an Iron Man, blah blah blah, but like, it's just something nice about gathering your own stuff, okay? Like I said, the world is just alive and kicking and free to play. I think Missile and Mystery is like one of my least favorite quests in the game, just for all of the like all of the cutscenes and stuff. And yeah, I probably will need a quest guide for this part because God knows what half this stuff is. But I will give it a try, and you'll see me when this timer down here says a lot higher than 10 minutes, let me tell you. Sit down. Rip. Alright, so we never talked about this quest again, and it was 24 minutes if you're wondering. I am like strongly debating killing this guy. I wonder if anybody actually has ever killed him. Alright, I splashed, I'm not doing it. This is like what I mean by like the efficiency of the free-to-play lap. Like the idea is that you hit multiple quests all at the same time so that you don't have to do them individually. Again, probably a lot of people do this. It's just so warm and cozy, I love it. There's another one, box stuff. Again, Xbox is not the most useful to be doing on free-to-play because ideally you'd want to use this lamp on something a bit more useful than whatever the hell I'm going to use it on. But still, not bad, not bad. 200 coins, actually quite useful at this stage because we have a few items that we need to buy. And it was touch and go for the Karam Jaffe to get across the ocean to do Pirate's Treasure. So we're looking a lot more healthy now. Spoiler alert, I used my lamp on prayer because prayer is going to be by far the most annoying skill to get up on free-to-play worlds. So, yep, prayer it was. 4 prayer, coming in hot. Unusual moneymaker, the first. These are currently 20 coins. In the GE, they are about 102, maybe a shade under 100. So if I buy 5 of them, just with my cash stack, that's like 100 coins. but that'll change into 500 coins when I eventually get to the GE, which is not bad. That's just 500 coins, so it's just nice and easy for me to get a hold of. Nothing too crazy, but on the way to 1 mil in a bond, no problems at all. I think this is my first kill on the account, and it's me safe spotting a Wrath. What a gamer. Alright, sick. There's another quest down, flying through them at the moment. We've officially entered the long walk part of the lap, where we have to go all the way from Falador after we picked up the Knight's Sword, and then go through Ernest the Chicken into Varrock, where we've got lots of things to turn in, lots of things to hand over, and lots of things to do, including visiting the ALOT GE, which I cannot wait for to get some coins in my pocket. Because I won't be doing the Stronghold of Security, and I also won't be doing like any looting or anything like that. I kind of want to just play the free-to-play game as intended. I don't want to kind of give myself any boosts. I just kind of want to play it for what it is and enjoy it and just soak it in, because pretty soon I'll be sweating out those birdhouse runs and all the rest of it, you know. So just enjoy being a noob while you can. That's my advice if you ever play this game. Ernest the Chicken is done. She can now marry Ernest legally. Congrats. Alright, so I was looking forward to selling my lobsters, but looks like that's not going to happen, my friends, because Dragex thinks I am a bot, which is, to be fair, based on my skill, pretty reasonable of a guess, but no, I think, yeah, it'll be a little while before we can actually sell the lobsters, unfortunately, which is something I didn't take into account when I was buying them on Karamja, which is totally fine. You know, there should be hopefully other ways of making money. I mean, that's why I'm doing all the quests in the order I am. To build up some initial coins there, and then hopefully once I get rolling, it'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, a bit of a sickener. Just to start off, there's my 500 coins. I would have been so rich, but never mind. I can't benefit from the bots, I guess. Fair enough. You know the nicest thing about not being a hardcore Iron Man? This right here? I'm not even scared. Easy game. See you. So apparently you can struggle to mine clay, who knew? I'm just going to update you that I just finished Romeo and Juliet, didn't feel the need to show you any of it because, let's be honest, it's not the best quest. Shocking development, I know, yeah, not the best quest. But yeah, got us into 14 quest points, which is enough for when we eventually become eligible to use the Grand Exchange. We will be bowling. Alright, so after I was mining that clay for Dark's Quest, I realized that I didn't have, obviously, the iron ore. So I was a little bit worried because, obviously, like I mentioned before, I couldn't sell those lobsters, so I had to make some money somehow. So I just tried to sell Blue Wizard Hat on the off chance, and turns out I did actually sell for quite a bit of profit, mate. Tripled my bank, to be honest. And then we bought the iron ore. Then I realized I would also need the iron bars for the Knight's Sword quest. So I sold a bit more junk. I mean, this isn't junk, to be fair. This is sentimental value. So this should have been like a mil. You know, you can't put a price when you windshield from Tutorial Island, but apparently 275 coins is that price. So never mind. We let that go and we bought the iron bars. So the plan from here is to finish off some of the quests that we've got left to do, then get on to Black Knight's Fortress and Blue Ice Mountains, because those are the big quests that will give me coins as a free-to-play player. And then I can start my magic training. We have returned the man's head. I mean, I don't know if he was really haunting anything. Like, was he really causing that much trouble? I don't think so. But we take the prayer XP and we move on. You know, people say like RuneScape doesn't teach you anything, but like Prince Isla Rescue at least teaches you that if you're just nice to people, they might give you what you want and they might be nice back. Just a thought. Alright, that's walking sim. I mean, Rune Mystery is completed. I don't mind this quest, but there is just a lot of walking when you don't have, you know, energy potions, teleports, fairy rings. It's hard being free to play, you know. Okay, you're lucky that I wasn't recording when I realized that I'm gonna have to get 10 cooking from like shrimp, because I realized I don't have Gertrude's cat, which I'd normally do to boost me up to 10 cooking for red berry pies. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury, and yeah, this is taking a minute. It's taken a minute, especially with these dark wizards. They keep ganking me. They chased me all the way down there before, so I don't know what his beef is. Like, I don't know why, as a dark wizard, you must be smart, right, to be a dark wizard, but apparently not, because you're spending all day by the willow trees ganking level 6s, bro. Come on, give me a break. Alright, there is 10 cooking. Time to burn some pies. Let's go. You know, I was going to do this whole thing about like how hard it is to make a red berry pie. I just clicked the stove by accident, range, and it just cooked it straight up. I guess this is the blessed God run account. Just while I'm like walking by to go back up to Faldor, I just thought I'd see if I can buy a couple more hats by world hopping, just to see if they sell, and I can continue to make some profit on them, because look, if I can't be a god gamer, I may as well be a hat salesman. What kind of career as a pirate did you have if your life savings was a gold ring, 450 coins, and an emerald, bro? This is not generational wealth. You know what, Doric? Thank you very much for your UC anvils, because I am hammering these quests. That's Goblin Diplomacy knocked off as well, aka sorting out the group chat when two of the lads are getting a bit too feisty with each other. This was my dream gear when I was a kid, so I thought I'd make a special effort and put it on just to ask you to subscribe. Enjoy the rest of the video. I was just walking up to the rock, and I also spotted somebody drop an iron, so I am an absolute peasant. Confirmed. Another really good thing about being on free-to-play worlds is you just yoink all the food. God bless. This is actually gonna be amazing for me when I do the Night Sword and after tank 7s. Yes, Prince Ali has returned, but more importantly, nobody is training here. What? I thought this was like the free-to-play spot. Like this was their equivalent of like the monkey caves. But apparently one person is all it was. This place used to be like bustling. Rip. Like I need to come up with an official term for all of this. Like I've picked up iron ore to sell, I've picked up salmon to eat, now I'm picking up bones for the Silver Lake key, man. Like it's peasantscape officially. Like, alright, moment of truth. Will we be dying in the Night Sword Cave today? Let's find out. Easy game. That is the Night Sword smashed out. The best free-to-play quest in the game, I think, is indisputable. 29 smithing. Coming in big, and importantly for us, it means that we can sell normal items on the G, because we're now over the total level, so we're no longer a bot, boys. We've graduated. Black Knight's Fortress has now also been knocked out as well. We've got plenty of coins now to kick off our training. We have enough money for a staff. We are absolutely thriving. But this is about to be the first boss on the account, obviously. This level 25 rock golem coming right up. But yeah, so if I die to this, then we just end it all, I think. It's close. Oh my god, he hit 7s. I forgot about that. Oh my god, calm down with the hits, bro. Jesus. Whew. Alright, bring on the raids. I'm ready. Let's go. So we played about 8 hours, which is pretty decent. I mean, not that decent when you consider I've only just got a little bit over what you would get from the Stronghold security, but you know what, we did it our way and we had a lot of fun doing it, so not necessarily a bad thing. So we've knocked out quite a lot of the free-to-play quests, got all the way to 32 quest points, so we can get into Champions Guild as well, which is pretty tight. And yeah, so we're looking pretty booming as far as quests are concerned. The stats, listen, you could probably do a lot more in 8 hours, right? In terms of stats, but not bad, I don't think. Immediate goals are to use this money, turn it into magic XP, so that we can get up to 50 magic for snare, and then we also need to get 40 prayer for protect from missiles. That's probably going to be the most painful thing to get on free to play, but the reason for that is with Obo, I'm going to be using a snare and a strike approach and praying for missiles. So that's what we're going to do. So next episode we'll be slaying a lot of hill giants, okay? But yeah, to end this one, what I thought we'd do is we'd open the beginner clue and yeah, see what we get. I bet it's garbage. It's gonna be so bad, isn't it? Oh, it's awful. It's so bad. What's that actually worth? Oh my god, it's worth 784 coins actually. That's actually not that bad. Like, surely, I thought that was like 5 GP, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's so bad. Like, look, I mean, it was 784 coins. I guess it could have been 783 coins worse. So let's just take it for what it is. It's a newbie gain for a newbie main. And to be honest with you, it's actually quite a lot of gold for me at this moment in time. So I'll take it. That will draw close to our first episode here, though. So if you have made it this far, thank you very much for watching. You are an absolute hero. In the next episode, we will begin our collection of Giant's Keys, which is obviously going to be really important for Oba, and also getting some of those initial levels. In terms of where I'll be killing them, do stay tuned for that, because it may involve the slaying of a little bit more than just hill giants, alright? So I'll leave you with that. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.